Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Marian Zamir binti Khairuddin, and today I'm going to present my final year project proposal with the title of Poisonous Mushroom Species Classification Using Deep Learning. This project is under the supervision of Dr. Mastura Hanafiah. This is the content of this presentation. There are 3 chapters, which are Introduction, Literature Review, and also the methodology. The first one is Introduction. This is the background of the study. Mushrooms are very popular among people and has been consumed for many years. There are approximately 14,000 species of mushroom are defined, but many more species are still undiscovered. Some species of mushrooms are edible, but some species are poisonous. Edible mushroom contains some nutritional content and health benefit, and also has the benefit in prevention and treatment of diseases such as hypertension, Alzheimer, Parkinson, and high risk of stroke. Poisonous mushroom contain poisonous substances that could cause illness and lead to death. There have been many cases of mushroom poisoning among people because of the misidentification of mushroom as edible. This is the problem statement, which is the mushroom poisoning. Throughout the years, there have been many mushroom poisoning cases were reported in the world, including in Malaysia. For example, there were 102 mushroom poisoning cases reported in southern China that involved 852 patients and 183 deaths from 1994 to 2012. And there were also 469 cases with 1,920 patients and 10 deaths from 2001 to 2010 reported in Japan, while in Malaysia, there were 111 cases of mushroom poisoning in Sabah between 2011 to 2016. 20 out of the cases were recorded by the State Health Department and 2 cases resulted in death in 2018. The main cause of these mushroom poisoning cases is because of the misidentification of toxic mushroom as edible. Mushroom poisoning is very dangerous because it can cause many hazardous symptoms and can lead to death. Next one is the research question and research objective of this project. There are 2 questions and 2 objectives. The first question is which are edible and poisonous mushroom species, and the second one is how to design and develop a system that can classify poisonous or edible mushrooms based on the Bayesian model. And for the objective, the first one is to identify the edible and poisonous mushroom species, and the second one is to design and develop a system that can classify edible and poisonous mushroom based on the Bayesian model. The next one is the research scope. The system in this project will be developed using Python programming language, and the technique that will be used is transfer learning on AlexNet, Inception, and EfficientNet pre-trained models. The data of 10 species of mushrooms that can be found in Malaysia will be collected from Kaggle and also websites from the internet such as iNaturalist, Mushroom World, and also Google Image. A total of 1,024 images will be collected, with 575 images belong to the edible class and 449 images belong to the poisonous class. This is the research significance. This research can facilitate the users in classifying the type of poisonous and edible mushrooms, and also help to reduce the cases of mushroom poisoning in the future, since it can be used to classify edible and poisonous mushrooms. The next chapter will be the literature review. First is mushroom classification with machine learning. There have been many machine learning techniques were used in mushroom classification, and some of the techniques include decision tree, logistic regression, k-nearest neighbor, support vector machine, naive Bayes, and random forest classifiers. And the other techniques that used were artificial neural network, adaptive neuro-fuzzy inference system, and also ensemble techniques which developed by combining a few different classifiers for the classification of poisonous and edible mushrooms. And the widely used technique is CNN, which uses images as the input and classify by extracting the feature from the images. The next one is machine learning. Machine learning is the method where the computers are made to learn and act like how humans do, and continuously improving their learning over time in an autonomous fashion by training the machine with data and information. The next one is image recognition. Image recognition is a subfield under machine learning. Machine can identify objects, places, writing, and actions in images. Image recognition allows a machine to recognize the image and categorize them into several different classes. A model can take images with object as the input, such as a photograph, and then it will predict the class which the image belongs to. The next one is transfer learning. Transfer learning is the application of knowledge from a task to another task that have a similar or related problem. Usually, transfer learning is used on CNN model as they are faster and easier to train. Okay, in transfer learning, only the later layers in the model will be retrained. This is the example of pre-trained models that usually used in image classification, which are AlexNet, Inception, and EfficientNet. AlexNet was introduced in 2012 and consists of 8 layers, which are 5 convolution layers and 3 fully connected layers, while Inception it was introduced in 2014 and contains convolution, average pooling, max pooling, concats, dropout, and fully connected layers. For EfficientNet, this is the latest model that was introduced in 2019. It used compound scaling, which means width, depth, and resolution are scaled uniformly with a set of fixed scaling coefficients. The next one is the related work. For this section, I chose 2 papers that I refer the most when writing this proposal. The first one is Image Analysis of Mushroom Type Classification by Convolution Neural Network by Prichasuk. And the second one is a deep learning-based approach for edible, inedible, and poisonous mushroom classification by Zahan. Okay, the next chapter is chapter 3, which is the last chapter in this presentation. This is the outline of the methodology. There are 3 phases, which are phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. This is phase 1. In this phase, the focus is on the research and gaining information about the project, such as the information about mushrooms, AI techniques to be used in the project, and also the reviews on the previous research. There are 4 activities involved in this phase, which are the preliminary study, knowledge acquisition and analysis, data collection, and also data preprocess. The next one is phase 2. This is the second phase of the project where the system development will start. There are 2 steps involved in this phase, which are the system design and implementation and also the system development. In the system design and implementation, system architecture, system flowchart, and system interface will be designed, and then the system will be developed using transfer learning. This is the figure of system architecture that will be developed. Firstly, the system will take the dataset of mushroom images as the input, and then the dataset will be pre-processed, such as resize and reshape, feature extraction, and feature selection to get the clean dataset. And then the dataset will be split into 80% training set and 20% of testing set. And then the dataset will be trained on pre-trained models such as AlexNet, Inception, and EfficientNet to get the accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. And then the interface of the system will be developed. The next one is phase 3, which is the last phase in the project. In this phase, the system will be tested and evaluated using the training and testing dataset. The testing result will be evaluated based on the accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. And the last step of this phase is the documentation, where all the findings and the result will be documented in the final year report. This is the Gantt chart of the plan of the project. There are a total of 8 activities. in completing this project, which are the same as the activities in phase 1, phase 2, and also phase 3. Okay, this project is approximately will take 11 months to be completed, starting from April 2021 until January 2022. Okay, that's the end of the presentation. Thank you.